Hey, good people. This is Rocky with Rocky's Reality, the #1 podcast for unfiltered and unapologetic culture, entertainment, and relationships. Tap in live Thursdays, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I chat with some of the dopest artists, celebrities, influencers, entrepreneurs, and more. Make sure to catch us live Thursdays, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube, and Roku. See you soon. All right, welcome to Rocky's Reality, and I am excited. Y'all know I love Black women. Like we are just so fucking dope. Y'all know how it is. And me being a woman from Detroit, just a plethora of women that we have here in Detroit. Tonight, I am sitting here with, it's hard to even describe them because these really are the spirit of Detroit, legendary women, just fascinating creators. So I have two ladies who will be at Black Women Rock, which if you ain't got your ticket, go get your ticket. It's only $20 damn. Go get your ticket, okay? Two phenomenal women from Detroit. First, I have Jessica Caramore, which is Detroit's poet laureate, newly appointed. She is a global superstar, actress, newly author, founder of Black More Publishing, or excuse me, is it More Publishing?
More Black Press.
More Black Press, which is a Black publishing company. She has also been won numerous awards. It's so much stuff, you all. If you really want the full bio, just go to the website. Then I also have Stephanie Christian, which is one of my BFFs off the record, y'all. My sister, rock goddess, singer, inner city lead singer. Okay, but she also has rocked her own EP. And she's part of Don Was's.
Yes, the Pan Detroit Ensemble.
Yeah, yes. So welcome, ladies. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. I'm glad I came. Again, you all have just done so many things, so many accolades. So it's hard to just, I know, just because
somebody's mom.
Exactly. Listen, I remember when Steph was breastfeeding his ass. You hear me? And then y'all know I got a 13-year-old going on 14.
I think one of the first shows she did was with me in New York City. She brought Christian. I made her come because she was like feeling that whole new mother thing. Like, I can't do the show because I just had the baby. I said, no, you come to the show. And King was in a stroller. And Christian was, I don't know, on a titty. And we did this show. God Is Not an American. It's a big multimedia show. We did it in Harlem, and we did it in Von King. We toured around New York City, and Central Park Summer Stage had booked it, and our babies are right on the stage. I know that's right. I've seen many a clip with him at the Stephanie Hip, and this is what we do. That's part of why women rock. Yeah, that's right. That's part of why we do what we do. And I just want to I always want to stop and give people their flowers while they're here and can smell them. So for both of you ladies, I admire what you do. I know I've been chasing y'all to get on the show for a while. I'm like, look, I'm on Stephanie phone. Like, listen, let's make it happen. Because y'all know I love always highlighting. I feel Detroit is dope. I don't feel it's anywhere else in the world like us. I stand on business. When I say that, I'm proud whenever I go somewhere. I'm like, I'm from Detroit. Yes, I am. Right. Whenever I travel through the airport, I'm from Detroit. Yes. And I love how you two ladies listen with the old English D. Okay. Born and raised. So I love how Detroit, how we are just, it's like, listen, what's it, X and 9? I love it. So that's what I love about how we just have such magnificent talent that comes out of the city. So I want to give you ladies your flowers. Thank you for highlighting other women's talents. Yes, I love it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So first I want to get into We Are Scorpio, which you all will be on stage at Black Women Rock. But let's chat about We Are Scorpio. Both of y'all are Scorpios, obviously.
October 28th. Send flowers, send chocolate, send plane tickets.
Listen, Lord Scorpio. So I do love me some Scorpios because Aries, Scorpios, we kind of understand each other. Yeah, we will. Y'all water, we fire, but we will, mesh together.
Strong. I don't like the Aries men too argumentative.
Yeah.
Too much trouble.
I know we've been crazy. We'll be crazy. We'll be crazy. So, but let's talk about We Are Scorpio. And again, we're going to get into Black Women Rock, which is, again, this Saturday. We're going to say that several times, y'all. At the Fillmore. Yep.
At the Fillmore.
At the Fillmore. Yeah. Tickets only $20, okay?
For the floor.
For the floor. What's the code?
BWR20. They're only $20 if you got the code. It's BWR20. And those are standing room tickets because we want people on the floor. Now, if you want to sit down, they're a little more, but they're still cheap compared to any concert that comes in town. It's a very low ticket, high value show, very, very low ticket price.
Right.
And how about y'all pay more? People pay more for that than for their DoorDash.
It's a Grub order. Like, yeah. So it's like $50 or something, but $20 for BWR20 because we really want people who can stand up and party with us. We want them to be there.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, We Are Scorpio is we doing like 3 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm digging the album. I'm digging it. You know, okay, so let me get to my favorites. Let me get to my favorites here. Can we bring up first the graphic of them, the We Are Scorpio? That netting, that was kind of turning me on. Listen, Stephanie knows she be warming me up.
Brianne White is an amazing photographer who shot that, and
from Detroit.
Yeah, from Detroit. And my friend Victor Smith, the graphic designer we work with, designed the cover. And then Voodoo Faye, who's out of Brooklyn, amazing painter and visual artist, designed the actual insert in the back of the cover, the back of the album, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It just belongs on the song.
Okay.
And we're in the studio, and Stephanie is, of course, the one singing all the songs. And so I asked permission if she wouldn't mind, if maybe Militia could join her, and that was such a good moment.
Yeah,
we did the album in a weekend in Brooklyn during COVID. And Stephanie is so busy. She's touring, I'm touring, and so we were home. And she's my favorite. Like everybody I've wanted to record with, that's who I wanted to record with.
I mean, it just makes sense.
But we had not recorded, and so on COVID we had a window, and so we brought Wayne Gerard, the guitar player from Detroit. Flew him to Brooklyn, and the rest of people, Divinity Rocks, would happen to be not busy, because of COVID. Yeah. So we were just a little available.
And Talib Kweli is on there.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, of course,
right. And I heard my boo LL Cool J is on there too.
So LL Cool J came in town, and I was co-hosting WDIV with Tati. It just so happened that week LL came in, and so did Jeezy. So I ended up in conversations with both of these guys. They both know me. Been on Jeezy's records, and LL I've met like numerous times in New York City, but that was our first time we had a nice long sit down, and so we just grabbed a snippet of something very funny that he was saying to me, like, what would you say? Poetry. That's amazing. That's amazing.
I think it's on the track. Super amazing.
Like,
which it is.
It still looks really good.
Yes.
Really good up close. So workout every day, twice a day.
He has aged very well. Him and Method Man very well. Yeah. So it's 10 tracks. Is it Javadi?
Oh, it's 10 including
9.
Okay.
Yeah. So Javodi Media, that's Tyler's label. He put out my first record, Black Tea, The Legend of Jesse James, in 2015. And so this is the record I was trying to make when I made Black Tea. Black Tea's a dope record.
Yes, it is. With you on that horse, I remember that. That was given.
Piper Carter shot that.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Piper Carter. We love her. Another Detroit. You know what?
Yeah, first Black woman to shoot.
Another Black woman who rocks.
Vogue and Elle.
I love her. Yeah, you was looking like a boss. Not a boss, but a boss on that fucking horse. You hear me?
They were looking at me like, "What you doing? I'm riding this horse."
Yeah, you were. You definitely were. So We Are Scorpio. It features production from.
Well, we produced the album, but the band, it's our band. So it's our music, and then Wayne Gerard came and produced like 4 of the songs. I sang the songs and the voice memo. Those will never be released. And then Wayne
let the singing Stephanie. Listen, you got one of the best voices in the world.
I sing like this. I'll be like here. I still sing. I'll be right here with it. Yeah.
You seem like I kind of heard you harmonize a little bit.
No, but I got a heavy voice. And so that's what I'm saying. Like if I was going to sing and I was going to open my mouth and real music would come out, I would sound like Stephanie. So I sing a little rock and roll. I mean, I'm saying some Betty Davis, but singing, like talk sing, but more like I can scream and, I can.
Yeah, you was dropping some bars there though.
The bars are there.
You was definitely doing your thing.
I'm a writer, so I do the bars part. But I'm not a vocalist in that way. You know what I mean? That's what I love, being surrounded by powerhouse vocalists like Stephanie and Joy and Kimberly Nicole and Melissa Vox. Like, I'm in awe.
All of which will be at Black Women Rock. Okay.
Amen. With the signal.
Listen, no, they will be. We claiming it. I love it. Yeah.
I want the tickets. I personally, he bought the tickets, so please get on the plane. Amen. So yeah, we did it in Brooklyn at Maurice Brown's studio
during the pandemic. Okay.
Yeah. And it was a real cozy kind of place, and we rehearsed like 2 days and did the album. We rehearsed one day.
I think we rehearsed one day. Actually.
And then Saturday we did 5 songs, and Sunday we did 5 songs, and one is like a bonus track that we're gonna release.
I was wore out. I
was excited.
Just exhilarating that you get it over with. It was a good get it done, because it was a long time coming. And I can tell y'all had y'all definitely have a great chemistry. I've seen y'all finish each other's sentences. So, but I also love how y'all are like two sides of the same coin. Yeah. I love how y'all seem to be the yin to each other's yang. So talk about that creative process. Like, how did you decide, okay, you gonna sing at this part, Steph, because you know love Stephanie vocals, like it's mesmerizing. And then of course
going into the record, Jessica and I knew that we wanted to be able to get radio play. So it was very important that these songs are like, within the 3-minute, 30-second kind of range. Yep. And Jessica, Jessica said something one time. We were working on a show, and somebody was like, we need you to stay within these 16 bars, for your verse. And Jessica was like, that sounds like slavery.
What you mean? I gotta count my bars. I'm a poet, stanza.
Right.
So we were very conscious of trying, like, okay, we got 16 bars for this, Jess, and then we're gonna go into the hook.
And sometimes shorter.
And sometimes shorter, yeah. But this music Jessica and I have been just wrote years ago. Some of it, not all of it, that she had been performing while she was in New York, after winning Apollo and had made that name for herself. But we knew that we had a synergy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We just needed to get it down and have people hear it. Yeah.
So what is your favorite track? I'm gonna ask Stephanie first. What's your favorite track? Because I know mine is Butterfly Sting. I love that jazz breakdown on Butterfly Sting. Yeah. But I like the other one, like If I Fuck You, I'll have to kill you. That's really those are my two favorites.
I know that we can say that on your podcast.
Right.
Yes. This is unfiltered and unapologetic. Rocky's reality all day. There's no FCC regulating this shit, okay? We say what the fuck we on here. So
I like all the songs. Rock Around Nigga is probably one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Rock Around Nigga, because that was originally the name of the record. That's what I wanted it to be called originally, but because everyone isn't unfiltered like Rocky, Tyler maybe thought it wouldn't be the best choice for the title. But Rock Around Nigga secretly is still the title, and We Are Scorpio to me is the group.
It's the subtitle.
Yeah, but even for the Grammys and on it, it's like
right.
Everybody say it when they stores. But I like what the song is about, and which is how Black women are treated like niggas in the industry, and how like urban radio doesn't give us any nods. White radio doesn't play them, and so that's how you feel. You feel, but for a art form that was created by you.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, ding, ding, ding. Okay.
And so that's
like pioneers like Rosetta Tharpe. Okay.
She wasn't even a pioneer. She actually created it.
Okay.
Rock and roll, as we know it. She was doing it first. She was the one taking those gospel hymns and playing heavy guitar. They don't know nothing about music sped up like that better than us. And so that's why I like rock and roll nigga. I want my quarterback is probably the most fun.
Absolutely. I mean, I fluctuate between my favorites because sometimes it's Scorpio, but
I love Jimmy Crumb too.
Since we performed. What is this? August? Yes, we performed this month, and then I really listening to Fire this time.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah, I like that one too. I like that one too.
Yeah, Fire this time is probably one of my favorites.
I like that one too.
As well as Jim Crow. They're all my favorites though.
And I'm from Detroit. I like that too, of course, with Sada Baby. So, but I'm the Fire. I like that too.
Yeah.
Sada, where are you? Sada, we wanted you in our video. Sada, we had to do something else because baby, we could. I text the manager.
I was texting him too.
Listen. See, I got to think about how it's hard to get in touch with folks.
Couldn't catch. We love you.
Well, in the meantime, though, let's bring up the video. damn vocals just be fucking ridiculous. Like, don't it? Like, Stephanie, we be like, Stephanie, you gonna sing? She be like, no. Like, yes, she said, Stephanie, please. Like, every birthday party, we be like, Stephanie, girl. Listen, and I love that combination together. So I wanted to ask.
It's punk rock poetry.
Yeah.
Poetry, punk rock.
That's a good description.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's black rock.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
It's together. So how did you describe the moment you knew you were going to be a poet? And I'm going to have the same question for Steph. I know I've asked her that, but now that she's on here, I want to ask, what's the moment that you knew you were going to be a singer, Steph, and you knew you were going to be a poet, Jessica?
Like professionally, because I feel like I've been a poet since I was a little girl.
Okay.
You know, like 9 or 10, I was trying to write my first novel. So I've been a writer my whole life. So I went to college for journalism and political science because I didn't think I could make a living as a poet. So I went to get a job. So broadcast journalism, that's what I did first. I wrote the newscast for Mir Makeupson and Harry Harrison back in the day.
WKBJ.
WKBD Channel 50.
Yes, baby.
I wrote that newscast.
Baby, Amir Makeupson.
Back in the day, I love Amir.
Who was black, by the way, y'all?
Yeah.
She was a black woman.
Very beautiful, very sweet on the site. I've seen her, and since I've been home with Detroit, I got the chance to see her at that Rhonda Walker event years ago. So I was writing TV news, which was like poetry for me. It was like taking a story, making it short, adding a soundbite, putting it. I could do it, and so I always been a poet. It's when I moved to New York City that I realized maybe I had something a little more special than I thought. But I read and performed my first poem at my father's funeral in 1994. So my daddy was like my heartbeat, my everything, my hero. And when he died, I was really distraught. It's still hard for me. All these years later, to deal with it. But my daddy died, and all these the poems just started literally pouring out of me, and they haven't stopped. And so my dad, my spirit guide, has really been a part of this journey with me. And so that's when I realized I got the fearlessness to say, I'm going to go to New York instead of working in TV news, where I was up for the weekend. Producer, full-time news writer position at 22. I'd already interned everywhere. I went to Channel 4, WWJ. I was killing it as an undergraduate student. So they hired me at Channel 50, and they wanted me to take that leap. And I had gone to New York to see my cousin Alexis graduate from NYU. And I came back home a different person. Yeah. Because I performed when I went to New York. I got my first gig out there while I was still visiting New York. I got a gig from Sony Music because I went to this thing in Harlem. This audition was happening on the street, and I auditioned. And they were like, yo, we want you as a special guest. And so I performed my first gig. I extended my stay. And it was like hundreds and hundreds of people. And Biggie was in the audience with a Coogee sweater.
Listen.
I was like, yo, Biggie in the audience. Mike Phillips, the saxophone player. He wasn't famous.
Wow.
He wasn't famous. He was on a gig with me.
No, Mike Phillips.
Mike Phillips was not famous. I met Mike Phillips that day. Yeah. Okay, so we both did the gig. Dopadelic from Detroit was there. That was crazy. Some Josh says, I'm like, what is it? And I did the poems that I always did in Detroit, which got claps. But in New York, it went. Yeah. And I was like, oh,
I can get paid for this.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even about getting paid,
but making that impact,
having that kind of an impact on the audience with just the poem. I was like, y'all listening like that? Okay, wait.
People were probably hungry for it though too, and didn't realize it.
And I'm Detroit, so I sounded different. Yeah, I sounded country and fast, and I'm doing Black Statue of Liberty and Black Girl just maple syrup in the morning, brown sugar, that sweetened cinnamon twist and apple cider, magic black dust is inside her. They were like, "What is happening to my life?" So I went back to Detroit and packed up my purple Ford pickup truck and drove my ass to Brooklyn.
Not the purple Ford pickup
truck. Yes, I did, all the way to Brooklyn, and that was it. And I was gone 12 years, like the wind, gone. And I didn't, because my daddy had passed away. I didn't ever want to be in Detroit anymore. And it wasn't until my son King was born, and I was leaving a marriage when he was 10 months old, that I come back. And I came back because I just wanted to be around my family. I never left them all. I was visiting, but I just let me just go home. Get my whole life together. And then I planned to go back to New York. And here I am.
I stayed in the Detroit. It's nothing like Detroit. And isn't it beautiful to be here now that we are having the evolution of the city? Some stuff I'm I have certain feelings about the gentrification, but I am glad to see the evolution of the city where people can see just how fucking dope we are because we've been knowing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? People,
Detroit never left.
Right.
Exactly.
Wherever there are black
We've
people,
been
there's
though.
beauty, there's love. That's why
Exactly.
that's why I wrote love stories. That's why my film is a love story, a love letter to Detroit, because where there are black people, there is goodness. People, how's Detroit? They be talking, asking me about Detroit like you got an ID in your arm. I was like, Detroit's fantastic.
It's great.
Exactly.
There's black people there. We're great.
We're thriving.
We're thriving.
What did Natasha Rothwell in Insecure? She was like, everyone around me is thriving. Thriving. So what about you, Stephanie?
I'm not exactly sure when I wanted to start singing professionally. I just know that my mother said that I sang before I talked.
Yeah.
And I was always around music. My granddad would sit me on his knee and teach me how to play the guitar, and we would sing old blues songs and make up our own songs. And everybody in my house loved music. My grandmother, my mother, my grandfather. And at some point, I became the kid that like sang at all the events, and I'm not exactly
Still are.
and I still am.
Yeah.
And I'm not exactly sure when it happened. There's this song, "We Come This Far by Faith." They still make me sing that to this day.
You still gotta sing.
I still gotta sing "We Come This Far by Faith" at family events. I do. But yeah, it started off with like that, and then the reaction from my family. And my mother was like, well, I should put her in church. Let's train her a little bit. So it didn't last long, but I did go sing in choirs. And then I just got older and people started to like,
you sang at Thomas Hearn's birthday party when you were 9.
I used to go to his house. He lived around the corner from me. And I would just go over there and like knock on his door. Buzz a little gate. He would open the gate and walk out. He'd be like, can I help you? And I just, what you do?
You knew who he was?
Yes, absolutely. I knew he was rich.
I'm dying.
My grandmother was like, please stop going over to that man.
She was kind though.
He was very nice. And then he was like, one day I went over there and he was like, I was like, well, I sing and I just, wanted to know if you could help me some kind of way. He was like, I'm having a birthday party for my wife, and me and 2 of my friends had a group, and we went over there and sang. And he gave us $100 bill. Oh no, just $100 bill.
Okay.
But my mom kept it and was like, "We should use this for the studio." I don't know what happened to that $100 bill.
You have worked with so many different people as well, like Idris Elba, Inner City, which is a legendary group from Detroit. Like Kevin Saunderson is the godfather of house music.
It's like being a little girl. I was telling Tyler Justice the other day, like I can remember being a 8-year-old girl dancing to Big Fun and Good Life at a birthday party in my living room.
Okay.
And now I'm the lead singer of that group. Exactly.
Crazy.
And same thing with Don was. My mom said I was a little girl, like Wheel Me Out was one of the songs I used to sing when I was little, and I sang with Don Was, who was a legendary and prolific producer. Like it's so weird to me. And then I work with Detroit Poet Laureate.
Listen.
Sometimes
that's a living legend herself, for sure. For real.
So like being the Detroit Poet Laureate, like I kind of haven't. It's more exciting for everybody else than this
is for you.
Okay, explain to people what that is.
I know that's what the fun part is. People like, okay, so what
is that? People like,
what is that? I know, what's your job?
Right. What is exactly right?
Well, what I get to do is to show little girls that I'm possible. That's what I feel like my job is. To show that it is possible to live your life, travel the world, and when people ask me what I do, I get to say I'm a poet. And that's not an easy thing to be. And I take it very seriously. And there's no other poet laureate. I wasn't interested in being the Michigan Poet Laureate, except that I wanted the coin. But I was interested in being the Detroit Poet Laureate if I was going to be a poet laureate at all. And for a poet like me, who's independent, who's self-made, who come from an academic space, haven't been published in all the fancy literary magazines and never cared if I was or wasn't looking for National Book Awards to recognize me or white institutions to care about publishing my work. I never thought someone like me would become a poet laureate. But now I see my friends, Tango Ison Martin, my friend, San Francisco Poet Laureate, who now lives here in Detroit. He's one of my favorite people. He's a poet laureate. My Avery Young in Chicago is a poet laureate. Nandi Comer, who's my little baby, I've known her since she was a baby girl, is a now Michigan Poet Laureate. So to see myself and other Black poet laureates helps me say, okay, this is something to be. And the things I'm going to do now are just exciting because now people are going to put more light on it. I'm going to be exactly who I have been. Somebody that goes up inside schools, does workshops, builds literacy programs to push literacy and poetry into public spaces. I have a public art program I'm going to launch. My son, who was a night arts winner at 9 years old, created a 12 and under super cool poetry open mic. So we're going to bring that back because my son is now 17, headed to college.
17.5.
17.5, about to be 18, going to Cal Arts and going to live his best life. And so we need another entity that helps the young people who want to write poetry. And so I'm going to keep doing exactly what I've always been doing. But I'm proud of I've had a lot of moments. I'm proud of Black Women Rock. My consistency, people can't touch it. Like
20 years.
It's consistent and more Black press. I mean, since 1997, my publishing house. I've been helping other artists my whole career, and very few people like help me, to be honest. Like, and so Talib Kweli is one of them that has said, "Okay, Jessica, how can I help further your voice? I'm gonna do it regardless, but it's nice to have somebody in your life that says, okay, I'll put some money.
I believe in you.
Let me put some money in the pot. Which
exactly.
This happens. So We Are Scorpio is that. I mean, I'm an executive producer. I put a lot of money in it myself, but what I do, and Talib will tell you, that I show up with the package ready to go. Like, here go the record. What you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
You ain't gotta put us in the studio. Put ourselves in the studio. You're gonna get the record done. You don't need that. You ain't gotta produce nothing. You ain't gotta write nothing. Just get behind it. Help us distribute it.
And that's the reality that your creativity is there, but we need money behind that too. That's the reality that people don't realize, that it takes a lot of cash flow to get shit going and keep it going and consistent. So go ahead.
That's been one of the things, like me as an independent artist. Like, I've released 4 EPs, I believe, and in my record, and then I released my record, which I really, really felt strongly about everything I released. But it costs more money to market it and get the public behind it than it does to even make it. It costs more money to do that. And I'm like, after that, I'm like, I spent all my money making my record. So then, it's very difficult in that sense. So absolutely, you need the help in the finances.
Vinyl is expensive. We like vinyl too. We are Scorpio.
It's coming back.
We selling vinyl. It's here.
Y'all, maybe you're right. I need to get a record player, y'all. Let me get a record player. Let me go to Walmart. Shit.
Our vinyl's here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we sold out our vinyl. We got more vinyl here. We sell more vinyl, and Black tea vinyl, more vinyl than CDs.
Yeah.
So we're doing like vinyl and digital at this point is the way. But there's lots of proud moments. I'm just proud that I was able to show my son the world while I did this work, to show him that the world belongs to him too.
Exactly. That he has space as a Black man. That he deserves to take up space.
Yeah.
And I love how I love how both of y'all be like, fuck it, we're taking up space.
Yes,
we're taking up a lot of space. And don't care if you don't like it.
Yeah, and we're free. That's what I mean. Stephanie, I watched her. I've been watching her grow as a person, as an artist, and it's not easy to say I'm not going back to that job. You know what I mean? When we both have mortgages, we both have children. We take care of our children that are not our own too. We take care of children outside of our own home, and sometimes family members. And so because of that,
definitely that for her.
I know. Like, can we get the Zoom call without the baby? Okay, we gotta keep it sexy.
Listen.
So rich truly, because I have friends that are monetarily rich and have a lot of money, but I feel very comfortable around those people because I feel just as rich as they are.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I'm free. And some of them are rich, but they are working very hard.
Miserable.
Well, not just working very hard for other people.
Yeah.
So I'm exhausted talking to you today. I'm tired. I cried earlier because I'm overwhelmed. Because we have Black Women Rock, but we also have an art exhibition that goes up on the 28th, a few days from now. That happens the kickoff before the party. Then we have rehearsals, and and the women are coming, so I have to caretake, make sure they're taken care of, and
host them, and make sure they're settled in, and make sure they have their I don't know if they have their what is it called? Their riders or whatever. You gotta address,
Let me just say this about space, Kimberly Nicole,
let's get into that. Can we bring up that? Yeah, let's get ready to pull up that intro video, that promo.
Yeah. Amira, Stephanie, is that these are divas with other people. They come like sisters to Detroit.
Yeah.
So I do my best to take care of them in the way that I know women want to be taken care of.
But and deserve to be taken care of.
I do my best to be the good little boyfriend, girlfriend.
So let's go into the promo video. And this is like a collage of Black women rock over throughout the years. Yes. So let's go into that.
Take your time. Look at me. Daily what you want ain't what you need. But baby, I'm not
Safe.
She was giving Tina Turner vibes. Like that was giving me Sate.
Sate, S-A-T-E. She's one of the biggest black rock singers out of Canada, out of the country. She's coming from Toronto.
I love it. So wait a minute. Is Kimberly Nicole, Sate, Divinity Rocks, who else? Tamar, Stephanie Christian,
Ray Gibson, Amira, Nick West, bass player, just got the road with Lenny Kravitz. Yeah. Joy. Who we missing? Leslie Vanner, I have her on here. She's been with us for years, but now she travels all over the world with Beyonce. She's our trumpet player.
And Janelle Monáe.
Kimberly was just with Janelle. She was with Janelle Monáe. Yeah, she's killing it. And Tamar Kali was on the show, but Tamar Kali got sick in London.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, and I just talked to her this morning. And how about Tamar Kali is buying tickets?
Aww.
This is what I'm saying, girl.
The support.
And shout out to giving and Little John Roberts from he's a famous drummer. Played with Janet Jackson and all kinds of other artists, and he's amazing. And he texted me today, and he bought 6 tickets.
Aww, I love it. And those who are watching now, Rocky's Reality, y'all make sure. Shameless plug. Let's put in where can people find the tickets?
LiveNation.com. Please go to Ticketmaster.
And make sure y'all follow them on Instagram, Black Women Rock.
Follow Black Women Rock. Follow Steph Chris. And follow Jessica Kara Moore. And follow We Are Scorpio.
Yeah, right.
This is kind of like our next, our big, we're celebrating our record coming out. So
because it just dropped August 16th.
Yeah. I love it. So we're celebrating. We're going to have the vinyl there. We're going to have some merch. Yeah. So we have Scorpio merch. Limited edition totes and tanks. And so come out. And the $20 main floor thing is what I'm pushing.
With BWR 20.
I would say if you've got teenage girls in your house, but young men need to see us as well. Absolutely. Young men need to see us. It's not an all-girl show, everybody. The men be like, can men come? I was like, I would like something to look at.
And it's not an all-black show either.
White people come.
White people can come.
This white woman came up when we did Campus Marches last year. She's a white woman, had long gray hair. She said, Jessica, I'm the whitest white woman in the whole world, and this is the best rock I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, I know, babe. It's for everybody.
I love that. All ages and stages.
Absolutely.
Look.
Teenage enough.
Teenage enough, because it is PG-13 material.
Unless it's our kids, because my son has grown up and has
Christian as well.
Seen all the shows. I know how you raise your kid. You know what I mean? But I think teenager enough is safe for the people who go to church. So.
And that's about the origin of Black Women Rock. It was inspired by Betty Davis.
Yeah.
So she was a singer, model, songwriter, model, pioneer of funk rock music, godmother of funk. Of all of us. Miles Davis' second wife, y'all. I'm like, okay. So I know
she kept her name. She was born Betty Mabry. North Carolina girl. Most time in Pittsburgh, and that's where she lived and when she passed away. But the reason why I became infatuated with her story was because people didn't know her story, and
I didn't know about her until Black Women Rock. And then when I got to research, I said, damn, she was a bad mother.
Well, she created jazz fusion because her relationship with Jimi Hendrix and Sly and the Family Stone. So she wasn't a jazz head, she was a rock head. Yeah. And Miles Davis couldn't keep over her. And so he got her to Miles on Loosen the Tie. The jazz purists. And then you see Miles Davis documentaries, they don't even mention Betty.
Right.
And so they full of shit. I'm like, I don't gotta whisper shit full of shit.
No, you don't. You can say it loud and clear.
They be real full of shit, and they don't want to talk about how Miles beat all his women. But Betty wasn't having it, and so she was she opened him up. I think Miles and Jimmy had never met because he passed away too quickly.
But no, they never met.
I don't think so. She introduced him to the music.
To the music, got it.
I don't know them to have recorded. Definitely not. But Bitches Brew, that famous Miles Davis record, is because of Betty, and so she was before her time. But you know what she said though, which is a great quote. She said people used to be like, "You were before your time." She said, "No, I moved time."
Mm.
I'm moving time.
Okay.
And I feel like that's what these women are. So when I think of Betty, I think of Joy, I think of Stephanie, I think of Timber Kali, I think of Deion Ferris for that matter, Martha Redbone. I mean, there's countless women who have done this show who deserve more platform. And it's like shame on urban radio, shame on Black radio for not playing these records that these women put out. Kimberly Nicole got a jam out right now. My phone is off. Lord, what's the name of that song? I'm finding
This Old Land.
This Old Land. They should be playing This Old Land.
Yeah.
And so, enjoy.
And not just urban stations either.
No, it's come on, Riff. Let's go.
It's a mainstream song.
Let's go.
Okay.
The rock station should be playing our music. And so it came about because there was a void to be filled. I was at the National Black Arts Festival. I'm a void filler by nature. I like seeing spaces. Okay, something's missing here. Let me fill this space. Right. And National Black Arts Festival, I was a young producer, and I knew about Betty Davis because Amir from the Roots. Amir from the Roots saw me and said, "You smile with Betty Davis teeth." Like, what are you talking about? I thought you were just saying some cute flirty things, back in New York at Wetlands Club. And he's like, "You know who Betty Davis is?" And I was like, "I think so." And not the white lady. He's like, "Nah." I was like, "Okay." I looked her up and I was like, "Whoa, mind blown. What is this music? What is this crowd? What is this energy?"
I like that sexual liberation energy. Stephanie I'm all about the sexual liberation. That's why we be joking. She warmed me up because and I just love women. How we can say fuck it with our sexuality. Yeah. I love doing that. How we don't have to be restrained by the bullshit and the judgments or whatever. And I love you, like you said, that growl in her voice, that grit was just like, damn.
Everything. So she reminds me of all of these women. Yeah, we're her daughters, so we call ourselves daughters of Betty. I love that. And Black Women Rock. So I started in 2004 at the National Black Arts Festival, and the only thing that's different now is that it's all women. That year, I let people bring their bands, and all of us played with dudes, and so it was too many dudes on the stage. I was like, okay, let's get rid of the men. And then when I brought it back to Detroit, we made it all
with the all-female band. I love how you are. Is it going to be an all-female?
Of course.
That's going to be this year. Who's that drummer? The one drummer.
Lauren Johnson.
Yes. Listen, shout out to her. Yep. Why did you say I'm going to start Black Women Rock?
Because I was at the National Black Arts Festival, and the festival is a good festival, but it was missing some edge. And because I knew about Betty Davis, I wanted to do a tribute to Betty Davis. I mean, I'll show you that. I can send you the flyer. You can show the first flyer from 2004. And I wanted to celebrate the women who I knew in New York City that were creating Black girl mosh pits. I was like, where's the Black Arts Festival? Where the mosh pit at? Where's the rock and roll energy that I know exists? I saw it in New York up close, and I didn't see it at that festival. So we'll promote playwrights and writers and literary and that. And I said, well, where's the unsafe place? Where's the place where I wanted to do it with my poems? And I love rock and roll music. And that's why I created Black Women Rock. I wanted to see less of us being destroyed. And I want to create a place where you will always be celebrated. And even if they don't see you, I see you, we see us.
We see each other. And that's a lot of times that what makes me feel good as well. You get, of course, a lot of times you're going to get accolades from strangers, but I love when my fellow people recognize. I be like, my fellow creative, my fellow Black woman. That's when you be like, okay.
And these women want Black audience. And that's why I do it in Detroit annually, because a lot of times we're in Europe. I mean, how many thousands of white people have you been in front of, Stephanie? But you come home, you're like, do I have to have a mainstream artist that you hear on the radio every 3 seconds in order for you to buy a ticket?
Exactly.
Come and support these women. These are independent artists who are self-made sometimes. We're CEOs. We run our own company. We are the industry. Right. Just to be clear, we're not anti the industry. We are the industry. We are the template for where all the cool stuff you see, they steal and take from us. But they only let 1 or 2 or 3 of us get record deals and give us the coin. Yeah.
There's so many underrated artists out here that I love vocally. So for you, Stephanie, what does it mean to participate? Because you are a staple. Whenever we talk about Black women, listen, people be like, my girlfriend Gwen, by the way, shout out to Gwen. She was like, when we had Father's Day at my house, she was like, is that Stephanie? Was that the Black Woman Rock? I said, one and the same, baby. She's like, girl, I only go to Black Woman Rock because of her. Like, she's like, I love everybody else, but she said I have to go to see her. And I was like, yeah. So what is that like for you, Stephanie?
She's the star of the show anytime. She's always booked. She knows.
I feel very honored and blessed to be able to be on that stage with the women that I get to perform with. It makes me feel, I always feel a little bit insecure, like, God, these women freaking kick ass. And then I get back and I'm like, you shit too. You wouldn't be here.
I don't know what like. She's our friend.
Yeah, yeah.
But we were scared the first year.
It can be intimidating, but I mean, I know I'm the shit.
What have you picked up as a performer, Steph, from some of the other ladies?
Oh,
That's a good question.
that is a good question. To be my authentic self.
Ah,
I mean, you know, to
show up
really
like Stephanie.
show up like myself and not be scared. And you know, even if you are intimidated, don't let anybody else know that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, no, everyone's different though.
Yeah,
All the women
right.
on the show sound different.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
wait
what I
till y'all
like.
hear Amira. Y'all don't, but Amira is special. And I don't think Amira is not necessarily a rock singer, but Amira is otherworldly.
Mhm.
And she's going to blow everybody's mind back. And I can't wait. And Grace Gibson is from New Orleans, and she's new to the crew.
Yeah.
And she's been wanting to do the show and wanting to bring her. She's Lynn Whitfield's
Daughter.
daughter.
Yeah.
Queen.
She's gonna bring it. She's one of my favorite actresses.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Grace is dope.
Grace is
Baby.
one of us. I saw her. I was like, this is our tribe.
Yeah, Grace is dope.
I'm missing some women under cat. I wanted to bring everybody. I wanted to bring
How many
Jackie Vincent. I'll be like, I don't know. There's some people that are not on the flyer that are coming, so I've invited a couple of surprises. But
Okay.
it's gonna.
That's how I was gonna ask. Is any surprise appearances,
Yeah, for
baby?
sure. It's probably gonna be about. I mean, before we're done, about 20 people on stage. It's gonna be crazy. So we have the concert on the 31st, and we're gonna sell that out because all y'all are gonna come and tell them, bring your friends and stuff.
Yeah.
But the next day we have the artist talk, and all the headliners will come to this beautiful space. My friend Khalil Muhammad, shout out Khalil, we love you. I was coming to the Motivational Museum, Contemporary Art Gallery. It's right in off Joe Campo, 9342 Joe Campo, right in Hampshire. It's like nowhere, like 5 minutes from from Boston Edison area. And it's from 9:30 to 1. We're gonna have Lisa Hillary doing a sound bath. Khalil's gonna do a meditation, and my sister Zellen, who does our hair, is gonna be doing free acupuncture. And so we're gonna have just some self-care. I got a vendor coming that does really beautiful psalms and things for your skin. And then we're gonna talk. We're gonna have
Is that a ticketed event?
No,
it's free.
That's free.
It's
free.
free.
And I do free fresh juices and
Baby,
it's free
y'all
breakfast.
better get on it. Which is gonna be dope at the Fillmore.
At the film,
I love
shout out to Diabli. I love you.
The Fillmore, I love. It's more of an intimate setting.
So I wanted to do it in non-traditional club spaces. Plus, club spaces don't really pay. So I need the places that have performance arts budgets. We should be at Kennedy Center and those places. Shout out Kennedy Center. You haven't booked us yet. You should.
That would be fire.
Yeah. And it needs to happen. And I also want to bring it to Newark, New Jersey, to Newark Symphony Hall. And it's like I have spaces in my head that I'm trying to use my imagination to make it into fruition. And so it's gonna happen.
I love that.
And we need the world. We need a tour. That's where people show up to this one. We're hoping that Live Nation will get Live Nation Urban or Live Nation Women will get behind Black Women Rock. These women deserve like tour bus, all the amenities, and then we're driving around and we're inspiring girls everywhere, and showing them what's possible with your art. So
for sure.
Y'all Grammy voters, vote for We Are Scorpio.
Recording Academy. Yep. Okay.
Y'all
please.
Don't play.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I want to thank you again, ladies, because I know your schedule is busy. So I appreciate the time and y'all know, and those who know me know that I love people from Detroit and just honoring what we do and showing just the plethora of talent we got here. It's just like crazy, ridiculous at times, and we deserve to be highlighted internationally. And all across the world. So again, Black Women Rock is this Saturday at the Fillmore. Get your tickets on livenation.com. BWR20 for your $20 ticket.
Yep. If you can stand up for 2 hours.
Right. But if not, buy the other tickets, which ain't that much because you spending that much on DoorDash. You're asking or Uber. So you can buy. I'm just saying you have
to liquor.
Listen, like that's what my granddaddy used to be like. You can spend it on this. You can spend it on that. Exactly. Because you get way more than your money's worth.
Absolutely.
Because the concert is like, it's a whole experience. I can't even like say it's a concert. It's an experience. It's not even a concert. It's a fucking experience. It is. It is for the soul.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I want to end with 5 favorites. Okay, Stephanie. Favorite food?
I'm gonna say African, but I would say West African or Ethiopian. But I'm just gonna say African because I love African food in general.
Yeah, I'm hoping to give me some of that pepper soup.
I know pepper soup.
Okay. A favorite TV show or movie?
The Green Mile.
Favorite travel destination?
I love Scotland.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Out of all the places you been, your favorite accessory?
You have to be talking to Scorpios. I'm
Oh
just trying to
shit.
focus my
Well,
energy.
if it's listen, I ain't mad at it though. We grown and sexy out here. Listen, the rose, there's nothing wrong with the rose. It's still a rose. The rose is still a rose.
I haven't bought new jewelry in a long time, but all of my pieces are like they.
African thing.
Yeah, I wear this every day. Yeah, and like my I have brass knuckles. I have
I
guns.
love a brass knuckle.
Like
I want to steal her jewelry.
yeah, like
That's why her alter ego is great guns, y'all.
my necklaces really speak to who I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And last one, your favorite thing to do when you relax?
Rock and roll.
You put it in that.
I said pull off the rose.
Listen, this is grown and sexy.
I love to. I honestly, I can sleep for 3 days if nobody messes with me. I love sleep. I love to sleep. I'm not a morning person. I have to be because I have a child. But yeah, get somebody else to do it, please. But I really, really enjoy resting. I really enjoy resting.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Oh my God.
your 5 favorites. So
Favorites.
favorite food.
I'm the same with you though. My favorite is Ethiopian or any kind of like African food.
Yeah.
It's my favorite kind of food.
Okay.
Not American food, no, not so much. And I like Indian food as well.
Yeah, I like Thai food. I like food.
Yeah. Food from like Eastern African countries. Favorite.
I'm gonna switch it up for you a little bit.
Okay,
So let's ask favorite destination.
Oh, it is my favorite. I go to Jamaica every year. It is my the
Yeah.
grill.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite. And
So for you, your favorite poem that you have performed.
We Want Our Bodies Back is my current book that came out in 2020. It's for Sandra Bland. It's been turned into a short film. It's featured in my film, He Looked Like a Postcard. I feel like it's impactful and I can like get the Holy Ghost every time I read it. So We Want Our Bodies Back is one of my favorite pieces. But I'm writing a new book called No Dead Goats right now. And I have some master blasters in there. So,
what about your favorite accessory?
You like hats. You like shoes.
I'm
you like clothes.
Yeah, everyone kind of known to wear a nice hat. And I like to have a tall, nice man on my arm.
Listen. Okay. That's always a nice accessory to have.
Yeah, he was here for 2 days. But it was nice having him around. So, but I do enjoy a tall man. But they go with my hats and shoes.
I love it all together. I love it. So last favorite. Who has been your favorite muse?
It depends on, I guess. Yeah, my dad. Keep it nice and kinky. Well, let me say this.
Or not.
No, my daddy's like spiritually has been like he's my muse for like the way that I exist in the world. My Black women are my muse for my survival. Like different muses for different things. But He Looked Like a Postcard is when you see the film, when I get my deal and it's all over the world, was influenced by my meeting a really great person named Antonio A.G., who's one of the premier graffiti artists in the city. Lives in Berlin now. We met in a very mystical, magical kind of way. And so the way that the postcard comes to life in my film, he is the postcard. And so it's so silly the way I met him. This became a poem, and then now it's a feature film. And so, but my muses are everywhere. Like it's just people I don't know. It's strangers on the street. It's just community. And Detroit is one of my muses. It's my muse city.
Yeah. So much to see here.
I'm sorry, I'm not good at like one answer.
That's fine. Listen, we unfiltered, unapologetic here. We're fine. So, but I thank you ladies again for coming. So Stephanie, where can they follow you?
Steph Chris on all social media, FTEFFCHRIS. And also we are Scorpio for me and Jessica. And you can buy our album on Bandcamp. And we are Scorpio.bandcamp.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
And mine's just Jessica Care Moore on everything. JESSICACAREMOORE.
So again, I thank you ladies for coming on the Rockies Reality. Again, y'all make sure y'all get your tickets for Black Women Rock. It's this Saturday at the Fillmore in the live, up close and personal. One of the best live shows you will ever witness. I promise you. So y'all Beyonce fans, y'all Janet Jackson fans, even
Erica Badu.
listen, this is one of the best live shows you will experience with all of this energy.
A lot of Janelle Monáe kind of energy. Like Janelle, I feel like it's an extension of us. Yeah, she's definitely one of our tribe for sure. Maybe she could just show up.
Listen, let's put it out there. Let's put it out there. Well, until that time, though, thank you for watching Rockies Reality, and we'll see you all next time. And ladies, thank you again for coming.
Thank you so much.
Love you too.
So good.